So I'm David Giesel from University of Alaska, and we just finished our scout flight here on the beach. And our map, unfortunately, of this island of Seguam is clouded over, so we had to fly by the camera. So we set up these little points of interest along the shoreline to give us kind of a point of reference. So this whole interface is pretty simple. On this half of the screen you have your map, and you can pan the map around. You can zoom in and zoom out. This is where you control your flyer also. So this is your altitude slider. You can take the altitude up and down. And to pull the slider in any direction, you just click on the screen and it will fly to wherever the stylus is pointing. And then on this side of the screen you have your video from the flyer. So this is showing you what you're looking at, which is this green triangle here that shows where the camera's pointed. And you have some record options, some photo options. You can pan the camera via these two buttons and tilt it via this slider right here. And then down here you have kind of your critical status, your batteries, your flyer accelerometer, how much memory you have left on it, and what state the flyer's in. And also you have a few controls up here. You have your home button, your speed control, and a wind and aircraft speed indicator. So pretty straightforward to fly. Basically you arm the system. You click this up arrow, which will turn green if the system's ready to take off. You click that, then you click a takeoff button and it pops up to 3 meters in this case. Then you just take your altitude slider up, fly out to where you want to get your imagery, hover over your imagery, take some photos. Click the home button, it flies back to home, and then you click the down arrow and click land, and it comes down for an automatic landing. So it doesn't get any simpler than that.
What's been the hardest thing to do with the Scout out here?
Landing onto the boat has been the hardest thing to do, because the Scout will hover in the air in a fixed position, but the boat is rocking underneath and moving, and also the wind currents coming over the boat change a lot. So as the flyer comes over the boat, it shifts. There's a wind shear, and it shifts from steady wind out over the ocean to changing wind over the boat. So it gets a little bit squirrely. But I think we've polished our technique. We've done 12 ship landings. 4 of them were a little bit chaotic, and 8 of them were pretty good.
What is the biggest thing you've learned about this operation?
When operating in the Aleutians, 25 knots of wind is not high wind. That's a normal day. That's probably the main thing we've learned. 25 knots is kind of the limit for our flyer, and we've been blessed with really good weather on this trip, but it's not uncommon to see 25 knots, and that's grounded us a couple times.
What were you just up to?
We were flying the Puma. So I flew over to a rock offshore where the sea lines are and kind of scoped out the area that they were spread across and then tried to hone in on them and get some resolutions, high image resolutions. And then follow the sea line movement as the small boat came ashore to flush them off and get their samples.
So what's in your hands? What's this?
This is called the ground controller. And this is part of the ground control station that you use to fly the Puma. So you can see in here real time the video from the Puma, and you can see what the camera is seeing and what you're taking pictures of. And then it shows you all your flight readings, your altitude, you pick your mode of navigation. Select if you want the EO or the IR camera and which of the 4 zoom settings you want it to fly in. So it's kind of your real-time flyer to direct the bird.
And what's the laptop? What do you do with the laptop?
The laptop, you set the mission on here so you can see the different waypoints are part of the mission, and you can adjust these real time as you're flying. You can also do settings on here that you can do with the hand controller, so you can set altitudes on here. Again, you have a relay that's showing you what the video camera is seeing, and then one thing you can do from here that you can't do with the hand controller is trigger the high resolution photographs. And this is overlaid on a map of the area, so you can kind of see the topography and the layout of the land.